Microplastics? Yeah, some yes, some no. So when a plastic bag, for example, like your grocery store plastic bag, or like that plastic bag right there, when that kind of like drifts away into the environment, it doesn't break down. If you think of like a banana that goes bad and like rots away, it decomposes. And those particles that compose it go back into the environment and like can be used for other things. But plastics don't decompose. And so if like the plastic bag is like floating around in the breeze, it just like rips and rips and rips, and it keeps getting smaller, but it doesn't decompose. So there's these small particles, like small particles, tiny, of plastic that are just drifting through the earth and the sea. And that's really bad because organisms like phytoplankton are inhibited by them. And zooplankton are single-celled animals, and they take in those plastics, and then zooplankton get eaten by fish, fish get eaten by sharks, and it creates this cycle, and the plastics just get consumed by a larger and larger animal, like of the food chain, and eventually, in like a big animal like a shark or a whale, because whales eat phytoplankton, those microplastics become a greater and greater part of that animal's body. So when we eat fish from the ocean, many of those fish have microplastics in their bodies. So we end up with microplastics in our bodies too. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Sort of? Yeah? Okay. Which obviously that's not a good thing because we can't break it down either. And recently studies have actually shown that fungus, like mushrooms and mycelium, can break down plastics, which is super cool, and it's like something nobody ever had thought of before. But I'm not going to talk about that too much. Anyways, that's microplastics. All right, let's change themes. Have any of you heard of the Dakota Access Pipeline? I'm guessing you haven't. So the Dakota Access Pipeline is a petroleum pipeline in the central United States, and it's this very contentious pipeline. So people have been fighting about it for a very long time because it runs through indigenous land. Why? It's because